Everyone comes on YouTube to get inspiration, grocery ideas, workout ideas, and recipe ideas because they're not entirely sure what they want to eat in order to stay on track and lose weight. And while I love a good grocery haul, a recipe, and things like that to really help inspire you to get things going, what I think you really need is the list of standard, non-branded things that are always in somebody's kitchen. So today's video is going to be 25 things, non-branded, not brand specific, but 25 things that I get at the grocery store that are imperative to being stocked in my kitchen for weight loss. Number 1 is fruit. I'm putting all fruit under that same umbrella. Bananas, delicious, filling, but be wary, they are at least 100 calories a piece, so don't eat too many bananas, but they're a staple in my diet because they are high in fiber, they're filling, and they are in fact 0 points on all plans except classic points. Apples are absolutely delicious, and you all know the phrase, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Berries are my all-time favorite. They're not really in season right now, but when I find good-looking ones at a reasonable price, they absolutely come home with me. Strawberries are my favorite, but I'm open to all berries. Berries are my favorite fruit. Insert your favorite fruit here, but fruit is an essential in my weight loss friendly kitchen. Number 2 is acacia fiber powder. This has been so instrumental in helping me get some extra fiber into my day. It mixes very, very well in yogurt. I use it in every single smoothie I make to boost the fiber. 1 tablespoon of acacia fiber yields 5 to 6 grams of fiber, which is absolutely incredible. Now, granted, you can't get it at all grocery stores, but it is available at places like Whole Foods, and there are some excellent options on Amazon.com, which I'll have linked down below for you. But I started using acacia fiber when I first started my first round of the Fab Four smoothie about a year or so ago, and I have had it in stock ever since because it has become an essential supplement to the food that's in my kitchen. Number 3 is chicken breasts, one of the leanest types of meat you can have. My husband and I eat chicken all the time, and 98% of the time it is boneless, skinless chicken breast. Baby carrots are our favorite vegetable because not only are they just great vegetables, but they're awesome for snacking. And we buy the baby carrots because they're easy. My husband takes a pile of them to work every single day. Whenever I'm in a munchy type of mood and oh no, bad things could happen, the bag of carrots is always right there and I can grab that. I find them actually to be delicious. They are my favorite vegetable to just eat. I often force myself to eat other vegetables, but carrots you do not have to force me to consume. They're right there. They're easy to grab, and the more convenient you make your easy 0 point foods, the more likely you are to eat them. Number 5 is kale or spinach. Not only have I been using kale in my Fab Four smoothies lately, but I love having spinach or kale around to saute up in a pan, to put with my egg omelets, to put as a side dish because with a little bit of olive oil and some garlic, they taste absolutely amazing. It's a really, really great way to get your greens in. Kale or spinach or both are always in my house. Number 6 is eggs. Eggs are essential, not just to feed my hungry man of a husband, but for me as well, because the fat in eggs is not something we should be afraid of. An egg is actually a very well-rounded food, so I do eat eggs. Real, regular eggs a lot of the time. However, I do add number 7, and that is liquid egg whites, because that is the leanest form of the egg, is just the egg whites, and liquid egg whites makes it incredibly convenient, and when it is convenient, it is a lot more likely that we will use said food. So we always, always, always have a stash of liquid egg whites in our home. Easy, it's filling, it's full of protein, it's really versatile, and it adds very few calories. Number 8 is reduced sodium deli meat. My husband and I both love sandwiches, and so the easiest way to get a solid sandwich while making sure you're eating healthfully is to do lighter meats. So we do turkey, we do ham, because believe it or not, a lot of deli hams are actually pretty light, especially if you buy them in the prepackaged form, and rotisserie seasoned chicken breast and things like that. We've been typically using the Good & Gather brand from Target because we found that as a prepackaged deli meat, it actually tastes pretty good, and they have lower sodium options of all 3. Number 9 has become an essential in my life. I always have some sort of protein powder around. The brand that I prefer has been varied, but usually there's always Quest protein powder. As of late, I've been using PE Science protein powder, and the protein powder in the form of Beachbody's Shakeology or Recover are all things that are currently in my house, but I have not had protein powder accessible to me in years. We're talking years, because it is an easy way to get a hefty amount of protein for low calories fast. And protein is one of my essential nutrients that I strive to have a really high number of every single day because it's good for muscle, it's good for digestion, it's good for weight loss. So protein powder is absolutely an essential. Number 10 is quinoa. Quinoa is my husband's and my grain of choice because it is a nice little whole grain that packs some protein and it's got a better macro balance than just like whipping up some pasta. It's very, very filling. It's very, very good. Pro tip, instead of making your quinoa with water, make it with chicken stock and it gives it a little bit more of a savory, delicious flavor. Number 11, fat-free Greek yogurt. Again, it is filling, it's high protein. Certain brands are a little bit lower in sugar. There's a whole lot of different options out there now. Our personal favorites are Light and Fit in the fun flavors and the Oikos 000. English muffins are always in our house, primarily because my husband eats eggs and a carbohydrate every single morning for breakfast, usually in the form of an English muffin. But I do enjoy a good English muffin every now and then too. I will often take the light English muffins and turn those into sandwiches, or if I got a fun flavored one like cranberry or cinnamon raisin or pumpkin spice, I'll slap a little bit of butter on there and oh my gosh, it's such a delicious, warm, and just cozy feeling treat. I love, love, love English muffins and there are always English muffins in our house. Number 13 is bread. Right alongside the English muffins, bread is essential and you would be surprised to know that even though this is a weight loss related video, we do not keep the low calorie bread in our house anymore. I've decided that I'm done eating bread that tastes like cardboard, quite frankly. So we actually eat things like the brownberry bread, or even sometimes they'll get real special and I'll buy like some bread from the bakery or something. And my current favorite has been the sourdough sprouted bread from Trader Joe's. But bread, real bread, not light calorie bread. Number 14 is reduced fat cheese. I used to be team fat-free cheese, but then I reintroduced real fat, like full fat cheese in my life, and fat-free cheese is no longer allowed in my house. So we do have reduced fat options when we find a solid reduced fat cheese option that tastes closer to full fat. For example, if we're getting some sliced cheese to put on our sandwiches, we are okay with doing reduced fat with that because there's so many other things on the sandwich that you don't really notice if it's full fat versus reduced fat cheese. But the reduced fat cheese gives you just a little bit of fat, but still gives you the solid protein that you can get in a cheese. And let's face it, cheese is delicious. Going along with cheese is delicious, number 15 is full fat cheeses. We love cheese in this house. We buy a delicious cheddar cheese from Aldi. I buy goat cheese crumbles. I buy feta cheese crumbles. We freaking love cheese and there's nothing wrong with that. Cheese is a solid dose of fats and protein with very, very little to no carbohydrates. What's not to love about that? And cheese is delicious. Number 16 is almond butter or peanut butter. Again, we are solid on the fats in this house. Just because we are trying to watch our weight does not mean we can't have fat. That is not what being on a healthy diet means. But it's all about portion control, and sometimes some almond butter or some peanut butter just hits the spot. I love to put almond butter in my smoothies, and we love to use peanut butter on our English muffins, on apples, or quite frankly, just by the spoonful. Love me some peanut butter. Another staple that's always in our house is frozen meals. We always have a handful of like Lean Cuisine or Smart Ones or those like new bowl ones that you can get. We always have a handful of frozen meals in the freezer because life happens. I can't always cook, my husband can't always cook, sometimes we run out of time or I run out of energy. Whatever the case may be, it's always a great idea to have some frozen meals that easily fit into your calorie or points budget readily on hand for the nights that you don't want to cook and you might want to order out instead, and that could just be too many points or calories. Instead, pick something that you already know the points value of that's already in your freezer. So we regularly have 4, 5, or 6 different frozen meals in our freezer ready to go just in case. Here's a diet food for you that we always have around: ice cream. Yes, my house always has ice cream in it. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's a Florida thing or what, but my husband cannot go a day without eating ice cream for dessert. I will never understand it. Don't get me wrong, I love some ice cream and I have some great low-calorie ice cream suggestions. However, I don't have to eat it every day. I have to eat something sweet every day, but not ice cream. No, my husband has to have ice cream. Why? I don't know. But that's okay because it means it's always in the house. And again, it doesn't matter that ice cream is on the list for weight loss friendly foods, because if you portion control and plan ahead, it absolutely works with your plan. There's nothing wrong with a little bowl of ice cream at the end of the day. I actually bought these little itty bitty bowls that perfectly fit a half a cup of ice cream. So I feel like I have a full bowl of ice cream, but the bowl is very small, rather than having a big bowl of ice cream with like a little blop of ice cream in there, and then you're like, well, this is stupid. If you get a smaller bowl, it feels like you're eating more food. It's all a mind game, my friend. It's all a mind game. But yes, we have ice cream in our house all the time, every single day. This isn't a food, but it is essential, in my opinion, to your weight loss journey, and that is a multivitamin. I don't care what brand multivitamin, just make sure that it's a good brand of multivitamin. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you are flooding your body with all of the nutrients it could possibly need. I know for a lot of people, when you are trying to cut back on food and thus lose weight, sometimes you skip on some of the nutrients that your body needs because you're not eating enough food. That's not always the case, but I take a multivitamin each and every day without fail because it can't hurt. Number 20 is frozen vegetables. There's no easier way to bulk up your meals than steaming some vegetables that are frozen in a bag in your microwave. We eat them all the time. They're relatively inexpensive if you go with the store brand, and it's just so easy to get a bag of broccoli, carrots, and cauliflower. It's 0 points, my friends. It don't matter what plan you're on, it's 0 points because it's vegetables. Bulk up your food with vegetables. It's so easy to get so much more bang for your points and calorie buck if you use some healthy vegetables. And it's really easy to get them in the frozen food section. So we always have, I think in my refrigerator or my freezer right now, I counted 7 bags of frozen vegetables because we eat them so often, and I just restocked. 21 is newer to me, and that is a solid stash of either avocado or guacamole cups, because avocado is very good for you. Just because it's fatty doesn't mean it's bad food. It's full of really good for you fat, a little bit of fiber, and maybe even a gram or 2 of protein. As long as you're portion controlled, avocado is absolutely something you can incorporate into a healthy diet. I currently have guacamole cups that I use for avocado toast and things of the like, and I have frozen avocado that I'll throw in my smoothies as a fat source when I don't want to use almond butter. Number 22 is protein bars. This is another thing that I don't know the last time I didn't have a single protein bar in my house, but protein bars have become an essential in my diet because they're a protein supplement, and protein is one of my most important macronutrients. I have everything ranging from RX bars, Built bars, Quest bars, healthy eating all the time, and Go bars. My options of protein bars are absolutely insane, but at the end of the day, if I'm in the need of a meal or I'm getting ready to snack, but I need like something that packs a nutritious punch really, really fast and really conveniently, a protein bar is the way to go. There's always a protein bar in my purse. There's always a protein bar in my gym bag because you never know when you're going to get hungry, and the protein bar would be a much safer choice than whatever damage you can get into while you're out and about. Number 23 is ground turkey. It is the leanest of the ground meats, and it is very, very versatile. I like to use it in my chili. I've used it to make burgers, and it is just overall a great thing to have. So there's always ground turkey in my freezer, ready to go. Number 24 is fresh salsa. I love fresh salsa, and again, that is something that I actually find to be really versatile. You can have it with chips. You can have it with vegetables that are pretending to be chips, like peppers or cucumbers or something, but the way I love to use it the most is in my eggs. Have you ever put salsa in eggs? It's absolutely mind-blowing and delicious. And now I eat eggs often enough, either on avocado toast or just on their own, but I'll scramble up eggs, and instead of putting cheese or bacon or something in there, I just throw some fresh salsa in there, and the flavor is exquisite and satisfying and adds absolutely 0 points to your dish. And the last thing that's always in our house, we always buy from the grocery store, is sparkling water. 9 times out of 10, this is exclusively for my husband's sake because he used to be a soda drinker and a diet soda drinker, and I kicked him of that habit real fast because we all know the diet soda is not good for you. Not good for you. So he actually stopped drinking soda, and he hasn't had a soda, diet or otherwise, in years. But sparkling water is what kind of helps him get that little something extra. And over the years, I've actually developed a taste for that little something extra as well. So every once in a while, I might grab a sparkling beverage as well, but my use for the sparkling water is when I want to enjoy an alcoholic beverage. My alcoholic beverage of choice is a vodka soda, which is a splash of cranberry juice rather than a vodka cranberry, which packs all sorts of sugar and stuff and whatnot into your drink. So I learned that when I go out, I order a vodka soda with a splash of cranberry, because while I might be able to have diet cranberry juice at home, the bars aren't going to have diet cranberry juice. So that's how I kind of have solved that problem for the alcoholic beverage, and I actually acquired a taste for it so much that that's what I make at home now too. I don't use just diet cranberry juice. I use just a splash of cranberry or grenadine or whatever, and I use exclusively sparkling water because it's easy and it's low calorie, and then all you're paying for is the vodka. Am I right? That's the way to do it. There you go, 25 things from the grocery store that are always, always, always on my list and in my house. These are the things that every time I run out, I'm on repeat purchasing all of these items regularly. And it's one of the reasons that my kitchen is full of healthy foods all the time. It makes it really easy for you to stay on plan when you have a list like this that allows you to always know the types of things you're gonna have in the house, ways you're gonna bulk up your food with fruits, vegetables, and frozen vegetables, lean meats that you're always gonna have on hand, protein powders and protein bars for when you're on the go, and different things in between. Now I want to hear from you. What are some of the items that are on your grocery lists that you purchase on repeat in order to keep your kitchen well stocked and ready to work for your weight loss plan? If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already joined the Diva and the Divine community, we would love to have you. Just hit that little red subscribe button down there, and don't forget to hit the bell to get notified every time I upload something new. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch. Take care, be well, and I'll see you next time.